Mine in the middle of the top, stuck down here in the parking lot. Mine in the middle of the top, yeah. Mine on his shoulder, stuck down here in the parking lot. Job mine on the top, yeah. You say, no need to pretend, and you say, stick around to the end. People push.
How is it going, everybody? This is Pat Bowles with Another Round Productions, bringing you the back nine of Renaissance Gold. Sitting here with Travis Chumley. We're going to finish this thing out in style, and we are going to jump right into it. And coming up, we got James Hopkins. He's up by 1 on Stephen Walters after front 9. Matt Weidman's about 6 back, and he got a 2-stroke lead on Ben Wilson. Travis, still a pretty good battle for the top.
And anything can happen at Rennie Gold.
And now hole number 10 is kind of a straight shot off the tee, about 575 feet. And it is straight ahead towards that rock you see up in front of you, and then 90 degrees to the right up the hill. Very difficult par 4 if you don't get off the tee pad clean.
Yeah, this is a fun little hole. Like you said, you just stay in the middle on your drive, and you could have a look at birdie.
Absolutely. And if you end up on the right side, is there OB still over there, or is that going away?
It's gone.
Okay, the OB is gone on the right side. I was just making sure. As I said, you come around the corner, and then your second shot, you hope it's up here, but most of the time you have kind of an Anheuser around up to the basket.
Or if you're normal, you could throw a forehand.
No, nobody throws those. And we'll make it through. There we go. As I said, first time Chris had pulled out the drone, he's definitely learning. And we'll probably speed it up a little more next time in a video. And so we got Ben Wilson teeing off.
After he birdied hole 9.
It's a little inside. This is going to be a really tough get around to get to the basket. Stephen Walters also a little rough off the tee.
Both over there on that right side.
And our leader currently, James Hopkins. And, if you want to miss, you kind of want to miss on that side. He's going to have a tough shot out, but maybe he can at least get an angle to get around that corner.
Let's see what Matt can do. See if he can show these guys how to keep it in the middle.
Yeah. A little high. It was a friendly kick. He's going to be out there. A little shot around the corner. As we were saying, these guys are the advanced card after the first 9. The Disc Golf Ventures, our friends here in Charlotte, Austin Fisher and Kyle Hogan doing big things. That's a great out by Stephen Walters.
Should have an easy par from there.
But Disc Golf Ventures is keeping us going, filming the AM card, wanting to show the AM some love for this round. So, Matt Weidman, that should be an okay spot. He might have gotten a little long. Oh, and look at lucky James Hopkins.
Yeah, he's on the path to hole 15, it looks like. So he's got a nice look at the basket.
Oh, looks like he might have turned that over a little. Stuck in a nasty spot over there.
Yeah.
Ben just looking to pitch out so he can get his look. When you're tight on that right side, you really can't get an angle to get to the basket.
It's the one tree you gotta miss. Steven should have no problem converting his par from there.
Pretty little nose-up shot.
Ooh.
A little fluttery, but he should be fine.
This is Ben trying to save par. He'll have to settle for bogey on hole 10.
And there's James cleaning up. And Ben as well. These guys clean up this par. Like we've said in the first round, this Renaissance Gold is a very gold level course, obviously from the name, and it's made for top pros. These guys were definitely challenged by this layout, so these holes will seem a lot more difficult for these guys. The top pros will come out here and shoot several down,
For sure.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, we've only got one player under par through the first 10 holes with Steven Walters at 1 under.
Yeah, and you really wanted to get that early because the back nine can punish you a lot.
Yeah, this stretch of 11, 12, and 13 can eat you up if you're not careful.
Yeah, Copperhead Alley, hole number 11, 1,042 feet, the 1,000-footer on the course. It's a par 5, and it's a pretty tough par 5 if you don't have a huge arm.
Yeah, it can even be tough with a huge arm if you get in that right side or early left.
That's right side OB over there. And you will see a few red baskets. Those are part of the Rinsky course. This is kind of an overlay over the top of the beginner course at Renaissance Park, which is Rinsky, named after Tim Selinsky for the Selinsky Masters, in honor of Tim, who was a great part of our sport for a long time. And we're sitting still. Go forward. There we go.
There are no trees in this way.
Yeah, his controls get tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're getting some speed going. But it's just kind of sparsely wooded. You kind of want to land, just stay in the middle as best you can. But if you get off to the sides, you can still get some big shots and save some shots here and there.
And you're finally able to see the basket that they will be playing to. Yeah, this hole is a monster for sure.
Absolutely. Take some big numbers. Rarely see a 3, if ever.
I've never seen anyone 3 it.
I've heard rumors.
Have to be 2 incredible shots. And we're off.
Steven Walters taking the box from Ben after his Bowden's bogey. And that's just fine. He's a little
black ace. I hope I didn't black ace.
can't throw that far, Steven. Nah, I'm just kidding. He put it out there pretty good. That's a good spot to be. A little bit of a slope in the grass, but
He's like 100 feet away from the closest basket. I don't know why he thought he black aced.
and James threw it a little low, getting that cut roll, and he went into the nasty stuff on the left, and that is definitely not what you want.
Far
Outside of
from
going
ideal.
OB, that's one of the worst breaks you can get. That looks like he's got a good line on that. Yeah, that's just fine out there.
But it just passed Stevens. And here's Ben trying to outdo them both.
Putting everything he's got into it.
For sure.
Oh, just clipped the top of that tree. He's still out in the middle, though. That's not the worst thing that could happen to you.
Yeah. Had he missed the tips of those, it would have been a really good shot.
James getting lucky again. Hanging out, able to keep out of the thick stuff. That's a pretty good shot, right down the middle.
But after that drive, the best he's hoping for is a par.
Yeah, it's a long way from there, and you've got some wind blowing out there.
It really does take 3 quality drives on this hole to have yourself a good look at birdie.
Yeah. Ben got that over a little bit. He's still in the middle though. Didn't get as far as he wanted to get probably.
No.
It looks like it's coming out a little early.
Get down.
No, he's just fine. It's a little odd from that left side because there's a lot more trees in your way. You got to kind of go over the top. Oh, that just looks like a grip lock from Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, he got over on that right side, which is not where you want to be.
No. And Ben's going to challenge the water. He could take casual lie, but decided he'd get the extra 5-10 feet.
He and his jeans were not afraid.
Ooh, he just wanted to play Rinsky 18. And after going OB, Matt finds himself in a very difficult
Yeah.
spot. That's unfortunate. And that
It's safe.
just stayed in. And James,
James throwing a pretty good shot.
yeah, it's right in the middle. And like we said, Steven's not really going to be able to see the basket. He's got to kind of go over these cedar trees you see in front of you. Throwing something super flippy.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he stayed in bounds though.
Oh yeah, he
so-
went all the way back across the fairway. That could have been that could have been horrible.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it was a little windy out there.
Yeah, the
So.
top of the hill at 11, 12, and 13 always tends to have more wind than others.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Wilson playing Rinsky 18. Little high.
Yeah, he just looked like he got caught up in that first tree. Just took the speed off of it.
It's gonna be a tough par save. And Steven, he's gonna leave himself a tester for par. And James laid up there. Hopefully he'll be able to get him his up and down.
Ben with a nice little sidearm approach.
And Matt giving it a run, but he's going to be taking a big number, which is easy to do out here. Whew.
Boom.
Solid save by Steven. I think that gets him his par.
Yeah, that might put him up with James.
Yeah, I think they may be tied after that hole. Ben cleaning up his bogey. And Matt
There's that
got
wind.
that wind gust right there. It's probably a crosswind. He got a little hyzer on it, and it just lifted it right up out of his hand. It's unfortunate. Got to even pay attention on those short ones, man. They'll sneak up on you.
Preaching to the choir, Pat.
And James did save his par as well as Steven, and Matt had a bad go of it on that hole, and Ben taking a big number as well. So here we go, hole number 12. If there is a must or a hole you feel like you really want to get up here on this side of the course, hole 12 is it, but it will bite you with all the OB that's around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hole 12, there's the OB road left, and then there's an OB line down the right side of the fairway where the wood starts. And basically, if your drive is in the middle, you expect to birdie this hole, but if it's not, you're quite pleased with the par.
Yeah, absolutely. And the road behind it is probably only, 20 feet behind the basket? OB?
Yeah, about 25 probably.
Yeah, so.
But
And,
Chris is wanting to see them.
yeah, we're
Putt
gonna
out.
watch these guys put out a Rinsky chuckers. Solid shots, guys. And Steven lining up. It's a little high and nose up, but
That's fine.
he's got a really stall, like kind of nose up stall shot. It seems like it might hyzer out a lot, but it kind of stays straight.
Yeah, that'll leave him a long approach to the basket.
And James hung that out there, and it came in so hyzer. I don't think he got back in bounds. He's going to be way back there with his OB stroke.
That's not what you want to do when you have a one-stroke lead.
No. And Ben,
Hoping to sit down.
he did, but he's going to be in an awkward spot over there.
Yep.
And here comes Matt. Turning over a little strong. Yeah. He's going to end up over there on Rinsky. There's James Hopkins. He's throwing
Hoping not to
in.
sit down.
Wow, that's OB as well.
Uh-oh.
That's back to back. He's going to be throwing for what, 4?
Throwing for
five.
five.
Throwing for 5. From back there. That's not what you want. coming down the stretch here.
Steven's just hoping this stays in bounds and he'll be gaining some strokes.
Oh, yeah. Great shot from Steven. That's going to be a pretty straightforward putt. Ben's got to challenge this OB and those trees. Looks like he left it a little low.
Yeah, that's a tough, really tough backhand air shot. I would have gone with the roller there.
Yeah, but you don't,
Just for funsies.
but you're not really that good.
That's also true.
Matt, turn it over a little strong again. And he has found the OB for a second time as well.
This is a good play if you're going over those trees. Just keep the road out of play and
Hope you don't go OB.
Yeah. Wow.
Ben. Oh, sit down. Yeah, that's pretty solid. He'll be about 20-footer safe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Matt laying up as well. Here's James
James is wanting this putt.
Yeah. Save that 6.
Oh. Just a little wide. Ben hitting a very nice.
Solid putt from Ben Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Steven.
Gaining strokes. There's a birdie.
Absolutely.
First birdie of the back.
That's way more than a bogey.
Agreed.
And Matt cleaning up as well. Yeah, James taking a quadruple bogey. That is not what you want on that hole, and that puts him, I mean, that's a 5-stroke swing on one hole. That's pretty
Pretty
crazy.
serious.
Yeah. So here we go, hole number 13, 974-foot par 5. This might be the hardest par 5 in Charlotte.
I think this is the best
Yeah.
par 5.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't the best. It is
one of the best par 5s I've ever played because it's 974 feet, so it's not like extremely long or anything. But you'll never see a putt for eagle on this hole because it takes 3 separate good shots just to get a putt for birdie, and they're all about 320. It's basically a 320-ish foot backhand off the tee, and then another one, and then a sidearm approach shot. And it's just one of the best, most fair, while still being incredibly difficult par 5s ever, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit of OB on the right side on the first half of the hole, but I mean,
But it shouldn't come into play.
it shouldn't come into
really.
play as much. The left side is thick, and it's
Yeah.
very easy to get over there and not have a lookout. And yeah, I just absolutely love this hole. Stan did an awesome job designing this one.
And if that doesn't skip too much, it'll be nice.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You have a little weird run up, but
But he should still be able to get up in that second landing zone from there.
really thanks Stan for putting that tee pad where he did.
Yeah, for Rinsky.
Ben, that's a pretty good, solid shot. He's not
Yeah.
getting too far up the fairway, but he's not
He's
sitting
not
in the
shooting
middle.
himself in the foot.
Yeah. It's got to sit. It doesn't skip.
And that'll work right by Ben.
Yeah. Should be good. And James looking to turn it around here.
Yeah.
That's got some height on it.
Yeah. But
It's
It's
on the
kinda on the
edge. You're
edge.
not going to get a lot of power out of that shot, but he's at least not terribly far in.
the 5 on this hole is really not losing too many strokes.
Oh, Matt just catching the iron leaf.
Iron branch.
Whatever.
And Ben going for a black ace.
And here's James trying to just punch his way out. And he's going to be back in the... oh, nope. A little fall out there.
Yeah.
He's on the edge at least. Like I said, if you get deep in there, good luck.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Pajama pants. A
Those
nice
are
little hyzer up
sweatpants.
there. Oh, whatever. A nice little hyzer up there. He's going to be on the edge.
That's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
A tricky shot from there.
Matt's got to look down that fairway. A little more height he would have got down there, but that's not going to be too bad of an up and down.
No. That's a really tricky backhand from where Ben was.
Yeah. It's super tight around that cedar. He's hard to tell from this angle, but it just straightens up a little too much. I like this play a little more.
Yeah.
Forehand flex.
He wanted it to go straight a little bit longer, but from there he should be able to get up and down no problem.
Steven. Just throw a nice little layup out there in the middle.
Yeah.
Try to get up and down, save your par. 5 is very good on this hole.
Ben struggling with footing there a little bit, but
Give a little bit of that southern accent. I like that.
footing.
Matt's going to have a little bit of a tester, maybe a 15, 20 footer. Steven. Putting it right up underneath the basket. Solid par. Way to play the hole. Oh, James playing the backboard there.
Those are the types of putts I like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he just didn't look like he committed to that.
maybe he overcommitted. He wanted it too much.
That's what it was. Solid putt by Matt. And you like those drop-ins. Those are always fun.
Yeah, I make those more than half the time.
That's good. And solidly played hole for an AM card at on this hole.
For sure.
Man, that's the one bogey is not too bad.
Believe it or not, that hole actually plays more difficult. I feel like it plays more difficult than hole 11.
Yeah, the 1,000-footer.
Yeah, but we saw much better scores on this hole.
Yeah, these guys, they can play the tight shots. Just got to get the distance. Hole number 14, 564-foot par 4. All about that tee shot on this one. If you can get straight ahead, far enough forward, the second shot's relatively straightforward. We got a really cool green to look forward to. Really fun hole.
Yeah, this is a cool, and you see all sorts of different plays on this. You see people like Big Germ trying to go for the green off the tee. I've seen him to this hole a couple times, but then you'll see less skilled players like myself just throw a forehand right to the opening and make it a 2-shot hole and just play for your birdie.
Yeah, I remember back in the day watching Avery Jenkins and David Felberg. They were getting down there for looks almost every time. Big hyzers. It's kind of grown up, made it a little more angry.
Yeah, when in the winter and in the fall, it's the 2 on this hole is much more possible than it is in the summer.
Yeah.
Just because the extra greenery.
These guys are mostly just going to be looking to get straight ahead. Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit hyzer off to the left and getting that grass, but you just want to get a look to get down here on this really, really cool, well put together green. The signature is a Renaissance gold out here with these greens.
And you can see the video was this tournament actually took place before he did the drone footage. That's a great shot by Steven. A little early.
Tight, but he's pretty far down there.
So but just look how open this is compared to when he did the
Drone footage.
drone footage.
Yeah. That looked a little early from Matt. He may be in a rough spot there.
Mm-hmm.
This hole's a disc eater.
For sure.
Oh, that's
In the middle.
in the middle. And that looks a little low. He's hoping to get through that wall there. It's kind of like a fairway bunker.
Yeah, you don't get through that wall often. You can see the trees just whipping in that wind.
Yeah. James putting it up there.
With a beautiful shot.
Great shot. It'll be a long putt, but at least he's down there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where you don't want to be. Matt's found it into the thick stuff, and he might have gone back in it. Oh, coming in. Coming in, Chris. Heads up.
That didn't look like the worst shot ever by Ben.
Just get out in the middle. Solid out by Matt. We'll have
putting it
a
up.
long shot.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's got a putt.
He's down there. He's got a putt, yeah. Be a little bit of a death putt.
Those are fun. Ah.
Just catching one of those guardian trees.
This
This is terrifying putt.
Fun putt.
Terrifying. Ben just laid it up. It's if you miss that and go long or left or short, you're in trouble. James, you just see these guys, they're really timid to go after it. I mean, it's a very difficult and fast green if you miss. Everybody just kind of taking lazy runs at it, not really pushing it too much.
Oh.
Didn't want it.
I wanted to see someone go for it.
Yeah, they didn't want to take the big numbers. Just cleaning up their pars. And big shout out to the Charlotte Disc Golf Club putting together this green. I think this is only about a year and a half old since it's been renovated, and man, it looks awesome. Kudos to all the guys that helped out put that thing together. And so we are on to the next hole. No birdies on that one. That's kind of surprising. 2 bogeys. Just if you won't get off that tee, man, it'll tear you up. And so now we are on to hole number 15. 378-foot par 3. Big left to right, downhill. Probably plays closer to, what you say, 280, 300?
Yeah, for sure. It's just a nice smooth forehand hyzer off the tee for most people, and
Or you could just backhand your coyote.
that
Either
doesn't
one.
make any sense.
Yeah, you do that.
But basically, there's a little power box down there in the field, and you just kind of aim at that and then play the hyzer and hopefully skip right up towards the basket.
Yeah, these trees, I mean, it kind of seems like it's a little bit of a tricky or random green, but really if you're landing in these trees, you're inside 15, 20 feet, so
Yeah.
you're just trying to penetrate the woods a little bit. That looks a little early.
Yeah, this hole is much more fair than it looks on video.
Yeah.
So James is 4 back, and
He needs
he's
to
wanting to
make a
make a
push.
move with 4 holes left.
He penetrated down in there pretty good. He's going to have about a 30-footer, 35-footer. Matt Weidman, Team Tobu.
Yeah, man.
And
It's pretty solid. He'll have about a 30-footer from out of the field.
And Ben's listening to Pat throwing a backhand.
Just got to start it out wider. They're just coming in a little early and tight. And this is what you get when you don't get it out wide enough. It's a tough upshot.
Doesn't look tough for him.
No, he's got that figured out. And just trying to get a look. That'll
Yep.
be a 20-footer.
If even. That's well within Ben's range. He wanted that.
Yeah, catch a little cabbage.
Oh,
That's just one of those putts, too, that if you miss it, you go down that ditch. Now you got a really tough comebacker. Oh,
oh.
just coming down the stretch here, man.
It's an exhausting course.
Yeah, you're throwing a lot of shots, taking on a lot of terrain, and it's easy to lose focus, you know, even on these little short ones.
378. It's a little short one. Oh, no.
That's not what you want to see.
That's why you can't putt with your bag on.
Yeah, man. The basket will actually
It'll punish you.
Don't do it. Just Matt's not getting any breaks this round. I felt for him the entire time. He just could not get a break no matter what. Ended up in rough spots, chain outs, everything else. So, yeah, 2 more bogeys. Tough par 3. It's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. And hole number 16, 302-foot par 3. There's a double fairway here. There's another fairway over there to the left. It is very tight and a kind of an odd angle. A lot of limbs have kind of grown in, and you see you turn hard right, and really cool green down here. But or hard left, yeah, whatever. Let's exit. But really cool green down here, and it's a tough hole.
Yeah, it's one you are really feeling good about yourself if you can get a 2 here. The hole, like several holes out here in the winter, it's much more fair.
Kinda like this.
Yeah. You'll actually be able to you like make a disc hyzer all the way to the basket versus when it's grown up, it's way tougher.
Steven's a little tight.
A little inside, but
Oh, park.
not actually that inside.
Ben is impressed. James, that's kind of tight as well.
Yeah, I didn't get lucky.
Yeah, you don't really see many people take that left route.
I do.
Most people take the hyzer unless you're a hyzer flip forehander like Travis.
Nope, I throw it back in.
What the heck is wrong
I'm
with you?
weird.
You talking trash about me throwing backhand and hyzers all around, and then all of a sudden you throw that in. Matt, not a bad shot for Matt. That's generally where you see people land. And it's a decent line from Ben, a little wide. That's kind of the typical spot you see people. I mean,
He'll have a fun, like 40-ish foot death putt from there.
and James just throwing his overstable flick up there. And Ben just a little short, but once that's a death putt for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one to commit to.
It's just you go past that, it's just way down there. And speaking of death putt, this is a tricky one for par.
Oh, no.
And you just let it get in his head a little bit. Solid
Yeah.
comebacker though, saving the bogey.
About the same distance, and
Yeah. And solid birdie from Stephen Walters.
Steven's ready to walk this one home.
Yeah, he's playing strong. I mean, he's just kind of cruising right now. He had some hot rounds coming off of the second card. I think Zach Morgan and a couple other guys, but he's definitely playing for the win.
Yeah. Anything under par at this course is very solid.
Yeah, so Stephen Walters taking the very impressive birdie. That is one of the hardest holes to birdie on the course, just because of the angle. And we are moving on to hole number 17, 517-foot par 4. Little short shot off the tee. Doesn't seem like a 517-foot hole. But
No, it's just like, because when you see 517-foot par 4, you think, you know, you're going to be able to throw a good drive and then just have a nice little pitch up for your second shot. But this hole is really you have to throw two great shots to have a chance at birdie. And they got to be great.
yeah, got these little half trees in the way.
Yeah, you can take just to the right of them up towards the basket, or you can go over them.
Yeah, you just kind of want to throw a little flick or a little straight shot right
Off
up
the
there
tee,
off
yeah.
the tee, 250 feet, and then just get up there for your next shot. Looks like Steven's opting for the flick.
I'd say the flick's the most common play on this hole, just with hopes of penetrating that extra 30 feet up towards the basket.
Yeah, looks like he's a little early. That's a tough place to be.
Yeah.
And Matt electing for the flick as well. It looks a little better. He's just a little,
Still just maybe
tight.
a little inside.
It shouldn't be too bad.
No. He'll still have a look.
Ben opting for the backhand. I think you got an early kick.
Yeah.
That's
just pull
not
it a
where you
little
want to be.
bit. The backhand does work here, but you just have to go straight.
Yeah, James line up his Sexton Firebird. This early kick. You end up on that side. It's tough. He's just trying to fight his way back to the fairway.
Which is,
Right there.
yeah,
Great out by James Hopkins.
that was incredible.
And Ben just
Having to pitch out to the fairway again.
and let Matt just land in prime location. He looked a little early, but that was really good.
Yeah. This is another hole you feel really good if you get a birdie on.
Yeah. And it's relatively short. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. For a par 4.
so we're lining up a tomahawk. And he's going to be in that kind of fairway bunker where those short cedars are.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a tough little up and down. Ben throwing a flex.
Just caught that tree.
Yeah. And James looks like he got over on that a little bit.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Mighty fine.
And Steven just looking to get up and down and ooh, maybe a
Or
little-
run it.
Yeah. Oh, solid. Hit the pole. Nice little save for par. He had tons of confidence coming down the stretch here. felt really good and just taking it down. Solid save by James.
But, anything can happen on hole 18.
And Matt Weidman, solid birdie. That's what you want to have. And, he's at least able to take some positives out of the end of this round.
Down here in the parking lot, job much you know the top.
Ben's taking his time this time. Whew.
No need to front
A little inside.
Corner pocket.
That's right.
around to the end.
So
People put
Matt Weidman taking the birdie. Able to keep a one-stroke lead on Ben. Still holding him off a little bit. And Stephen Walters just kind of taking the victory lap on 18. As long as he doesn't run into too many OBs, this hole can change around in a heartbeat.
Yeah, this is an amazing hole. It's short for a par 5, but boy, it is a par 5.
Yeah, only 740 or 774 feet, and it's just riddled with OB. Has an awesome island green. Just one of the best holes I've ever played because it's very gettable. I've seen 3s, but I have seen 10s, 12s, big old numbers, double digits for sure. So
And they're both fun they're equally fun to watch, the 12s and the 3s.
yeah, so you just want to throw your first shot out into the grass, and then you can either elect to throw short or throw over here to this little layup zone on the left, or I guess it's a crush zone if it's your second shot. And then you have this green. It is OB all along the edge of that ridge, and man, is this thing treacherous. Oh, double Mandos off the tee, by the way.
But those should not come into play.
You would hope not. Like Steven's gotten over on that a little bit.
But he got around the
He's
middle.
right
fine.
on the edge. Perfect, good shot. Matt's got some solid height on that. Dead center. That's a good shot.
He parked it.
Yep, that's the Rennie Gray layout, or whatever it's called these days, Pro Players Course. And James
keep
throwing a little
turning.
low,
But it's fine.
and
They're all over that pin.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit in that tall grass. Going to have a tough run up.
Ben looking to crush one.
And he's over there on that side as well.
Mm-hmm. Looks to be a commonplace.
Yep. And then we got... So you can either lay up just short of that fence there, or you can go over the top and try and get up that landing zone and just have a much easier cross to your birdie, or much easier shot across for your birdie. I think the island may be like 300 feet from the fence line.
Yeah, give or take.
Oh, Matt just turned that way over, and that's going to be really OB.
Yeah, that never had a chance.
Ben trying to go for it.
He's
Looks
one
like
into
he-
hyzer. Oh,
Oh,
no.
God, that's so unlucky.
That's just rude.
And
James.
James, he held up high enough. Did he stay in bounds?
Yeah,
he
it looked
stayed in
like
bounds.
he just barely got in.
And Steven just trying to seal the deal. He's not going for too much. He's just going to lay up right there short of the fence line and take the safe 5. It's pretty easy to get a 5 if you just kind of play it like Steven is right here. Just kind of lay up to the front, then lay up across. So it's a little hyzery, but
Yeah,
He's
he
al-
actually barely got it over.
he's going to have
He's a
like
little too comfortable, maybe.
Yeah. Matt going for the green.
And
Just kind of sailing it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to do.
Yeah. And that's a very early release from James.
Saw it off, and that's what happens.
It's just a very difficult green to hit. And Steven just kind of playing that nice little lazy layup. That's going to be a tough little tester.
Yeah,
Is he going to go for it? Get his par, just take the bogey and the win.
I hope he goes for it.
Ben, solid upshot. So they're looking at like 180 feet, or maybe not even that much from there.
Nah.
100 feet. As you see, it kind of bottlenecks up there at the basket. So it just, if you want to pin it, it's the much harder part of the green to hit, or you can try and go a little long. Ben trying to finish out strong. Solid putt.
Mm-hmm.
And Steven.
For the win.
He looks like he's definitely going to go for it. Whew.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
Proved to everyone why he won.
Great round from Stephen Walters. Anytime, like Travis said, anytime you're under par at Rennie Gold, especially in the advanced division, that's a very solid round.
Mm-hmm.
James just ready to get out of here. He had a tough time up there in Copperhead Alley. Just ready to head on back. And Matt Weidman cleaning up as well. Just tough round for these guys. This course is no joke. I mean, it goes hard.
It does.
So James Hopkins finishing out with 7. Stephen Walters solid par. Matt Weidman taking the 8, trying to get some strokes back, but is having a really tough round. And Ben Wilson finishing with a solid par. So, all right, guys, that's it for Renaissance. We're looking forward to bringing you James's sponsor. We got the Rock Open at the Rock at Stonewall. Also got some UNC Chapel Hill action coming along, and Hornets Nest, solid C-tier at Hornets Nest. So look forward to coming back and bringing you guys another round. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
You got no one to meet when it's hot. Barefoot in the parking lot, put you on his shoulder. Job put you on. Put you on his shoulder. Put you on. Wake up, pick up, twist up, get up.